What are children's rights and their purposes?
Children's rights are a subset of human rights with particular attention to the rights of special protection and care afforded to minors. The 1989 Convention on the Rights of the Child is an important agreement by countries who have promised to protect children's rights. The convention explains who children are, all their rights, and the responsibilities of the government. It defines a child as any human being below the age of 18 years unless under the law applicable to the child, majority is attained earlier. These are the 12 children's rights in the Philippines according to the Presidential Decree No. 603 as briefed by Makati Medical Center. Every child has the right to be born well. The well-being of an unborn child is the responsibility of their parents. The child should be provided all the proper necessities regarding their health and safety before being born, after their birth, and throughout their childhood years. Every child has the right to a wholesome family life. Upon growing up, children have their families as their first teachers. Children are entitled to be a part of a loving family with a healthy relationship that promote ethical values and morals to them. Every child has the right to be raised well and become contributing members of society. As said earlier, children have their families as their first teachers, as their homes are their first learning environments. Parents or guardians can teach the child and help mold their personality so they can grow to be helpful to the people in our society to help contribute. Every child's basic needs are a healthy diet, decent clothing, appropriate healthcare, and an adequate shelter. Aside from that, children also need access to all the necessities they need to live a good life. This does not only concern basic needs, but a loving and productive environment that will help nurture and support them throughout their journey towards adulthood. Proper education is a right and must to everyone, especially children. Children should be able to attend a good school that will help enrich their skills and intelligence. Every child has the right to play and enjoy their youth, to partake in recreational activities for their enjoyment and well-being, and not to be forced to do demanding tasks that are for adults. Children should be protected from any form of danger at all costs. This concerns events that would affect their physical, mental, and emotional health in a negative manner. Providing them an atmosphere and an environment that is safe and comforting for children to live in is one example. A safe, healthy, and productive environment can help influence and hone a child's interests and skills so that they can give back to their community once they are able to do so. According to makatimed.net.ph, if the parent or guardian fails to fulfill their role, the state shall assume custody and care for the child, providing them with their fundamental needs for growth and development. Children have the right to be under a good government that can contribute to their interests and their lifestyle to become a good citizen for the betterment of their country. Lastly, children are entitled to live their lives the way they want to as long as it can be beneficial to the peace and development of the community that they are part of. Children are simply not objects that anybody can call as their own, and they do not belong to anyone like any other human being, for they themselves are their own along with their identity. Children are also dependent at first upon the moment they are born and throughout their childhood. They rely on the adults' support so they can be guided, nourished, and nurtured as they grow into independent adults themselves. The government's decision-making is crucial to the society as it can affect everyone in the country. Short-sighted policy-making will negatively affect the country's citizens, including children who are to grow into adults that will contribute to the community in the future. The opinions of children should also be considered in political processes as they cannot vote yet, for this can affect them in many ways sooner or later. Society is changing daily in many ways with the people who live in fast-paced economic, technological, and environmental changes. These can work against the welfare of the people, especially children, in both local and international affairs, since they are still dependent beings to their family and the state.
Given that children are still dependent beings, they are more prone to such events involving their safety and well-being like poor living conditions and health concerns. As the saying says, children are the future. Therefore, proper attention should be given to them and to everyone as they all contribute to the welfare of the society. That being said, the experiences that children acquire from their surroundings will determine how they contribute to society, once they grow, and this will directly affect the welfare of every citizen in their community.
Child marriage invalidates the rights of children who are forced to be married to majorities, resulting them to experience events that may affect their delicate state. Child marriage exposes children to different problems such as negative psychological, physical, and emotional effects, violence, and being forced to drop out from school.
Child labor forces children to do taxing work, which is wrong because children should be able to fully enjoy their youth. Child labor is demanding and can be hazardous and detrimental to a child's health and development. Every child has the right to good education because this is important for their development and skills. Millions of children around the world are deprived from going to school because of many factors like poor living conditions, transportation issues, long distances, gender norms, and many more.
Making children into soldiers to be sent out to war violates their right to be protected from harm. Children are exposed to the horrors of warfare at an early age, which poses danger to their health, and it can affect their psychological and emotional condition.
Children are humans, and their rights must be respected along with themselves. Violating children's rights is inhumane, which is why monitoring and reporting them is important, since a child's life and development is at risk.
Children experience many events that directly affect their development as they grow through the years. Mental health and psychosocial support are important since this concerns the well-being of a person as a whole, and it helps heal wounds inflicted by society's harmful factors. Children are vulnerable given their young age, which makes them prone to violence and abuse by those who surround them. Educating them about their rights is important so that at a young age, they know things and events that they deserve and what they do not.
Many people in the world are being disrespected and getting their rights violated or taken away from them. Advocating for human rights is a big help for everyone, especially those who are being oppressed. By using different platforms, we can further reach out to the public and continue to raise awareness and promote respect for one another. Knowing our rights is also a must, because we can help other people if their rights ever become violated and disrespected. We'll know what to do when any of our peers or we ourselves become victims. Doing these acts can help us fulfill our duties as responsible citizens, as being knowledgeable of our rights and advocating for them can be helpful for everyone.